Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for April 23rd through the 29th, 2018. So let's just take a moment and take a deep breath together. And let us just breathe into our heart center, just allowing everything that is on your mind to just let it be, let it release it, let it go. And really allow yourself to take this time to be present with your I am presence. Just feel the love flowing from your heart. Feel this beautiful light of love, divine love flowing throughout your entire body. And just allow it to expand into the room where you're sitting. And just fill up this entire space where you are with light. And so as we just tune into the energy for this week and just sort of see what's going on in this week, the angels are bringing to you special support this week. It seems as though you are needing some support. I've been seeing the word safe, and it just feels like it's coming from your soul or from yourself in terms of needing or wanting more security. And it seems like different forms of security that you're looking for, security in love. It feels like some of you are seeking relationships that ground you. You're looking for that grounding in a relationship. You're looking for a soulmate. Some of you you're looking for that soulful connection. And I'm getting a sense that what they're trying to say as they write some words here to me, that they want you to allow it to come to you. And it would come to you somehow easier if you would just not hold back and let in your light really truly shine. And what I'm getting a sense about that is, if it's like you almost hold back because um, you're afraid to be authentic. You're afraid to put your true self out there. It feels too raw, too naked, and um, it you're, I don't know, this random depth replaced. It's almost like um, that depth, you are trying to replace it. I'm getting some signals here that you're crisscrossing signals. Is something you're looking for depth, but it's the depth that you think you're looking for is somehow a replacement for the relationship that they keep writing soul, that you're looking for a relationship with yourself. You're really looking for inner happiness. You're really looking for a sense of conviction, confidence within yourself. It's like you're trying to replace that person that you think would shore you up if you had that person in your life, that you would feel happy, you would feel more confident, you would feel, um, you would start to, it's almost like you're depending on that situation or a person to give you more hope. They keep writing out the word faith. And it's really that sort of looking for love in all the wrong places. If you're looking for someone to make you feel safe, then that is something that will never occur, because the safety that you're looking for is really um, a sense of alignment with yourself. Actually, no longer being afraid of life um, and and being afraid of your purpose, being afraid to take action on the things that your soul is guiding you to do. It's in this purpose that you seek, that you really are seeking here, um, where you start to encounter people in the same manner, and what you really want to meet is someone who is not afraid to be seeking out their purpose, to be taking the guidance that is leading them towards fulfilling that purpose. You want to discover yourself, and you want to discover someone else who is also, um, you know, taking that leap of faith and taking the steps to fulfill the soul's mission. This is the greatest opportunity for really finding that soul mate, because that person is can't be a soulmate if they're not making those soulful connections in their life, in their own lives. And you can't put that aside any longer in order to try to sort of get the security that you're looking for without going through the process of honoring your soul, honoring your heart, and being your true self, taking and acting that now in the world. You sense this more than ever, and they write this word "laugh" a lot, and you know, for me right now, it seems to be a symbol of not taking things so seriously all the time or personally, and to be playful, to have more fun, you know, to spend less time trying to figure out what to do and what you're doing wrong, and just, you know, for lack of a better phrase, just make mistakes. Take action. You know, you worry about um, making mistakes, and you're worried about doing the right thing, or you're worried about if you're doing the right thing or not, instead of just doing what you feel guided to do, and not worrying about whether or not you're making a mistake. You will know in the moments of interactions of your decisions whether something is the best situation for you or not, and how to make adjustments. It's easy to, you know, your choices that come to you, you always get to adjust your choice. You know, your choices are, are completely, come with complete freedom, is what I'm hearing them say. Your choices come with complete freedom. So don't be afraid to take action. Don't be afraid to trust your heart, because you if something is not right for you, it's not about you going in there and then somebody sounds an alarm that says, ah, you did it wrong. There's no one that's ever going to show up and do that. The only person that's doing that is you. The thing is that when you discover that it's not quite right, then this is a time to come at the situation creatively and think about what are the adjustments you need to make. It's almost like if you were building something, you know, but you were creating it from from your own the plans that came to you in your own mind, and you may have sketched out the plan, but you could calculate and do all those things, of course, but the thing is that as you begin to work on the plan, just because it doesn't fit, do you just stop? If like something you did doesn't work, do you just stop and put your hands up and say I'm done? I mean, because that would really truly be death in the truest sense. If we all decided that we make one mistake, that we're done completely, and we're just gonna just sit and wait for our demise. No, that's not what we do. We adjust. We adjust. We make new choices, because your your ability to choose is the infinite freedom that you have, and it's the only assurance of prosperity that you are guaranteed. You get to take your choices and do with them what you will. You can either give up or you can continue to build. And if you really want to use some kind of marker for or criteria for success, this would be or prosper. This would really be it. That you keep taking your choices and you keep shaping them, using them to help shape the what you truly want. This is a sort of, I'm saying the word peace here, peaceful. This is the only peace that you can really be guaranteed here, that you get to keep choosing. Because change is going to always happen, it's going to always unfold. So why not, really get to the heart of how this thing works here, in terms of manifesting your dreams and seeking out the things that you want. A lot of the things that you want come as a part of the consequence of your actions. So if you're following your heart, and your heart is fully alive, and you're it's flowing with creativity and passion for life, isn't this the place where you would want to meet your soulmate? Or isn't this the place where you would want that next best opportunity to come from? It's from that platform. You want a foundation of your prayers being answered on this platform of you honoring your heart and making choices that satisfy you, and adjusting and learning how to adjust rather than criticize your choices. Learning to adjust rather than criticize your choices. If you were able to learn to adjust, you would find yourself feeling more confident about making choices and about acquiring your dreams, and about having desires and being able to chart a course towards the fulfillment of them, but knowing that it's okay if you have to make adjustments along the way. Nobody's gonna stand there with a huge spotlight when you get there and it didn't go well the way you wrote it out and say you did it wrong. You do that to yourself. So let go of that. Let go of that, and just be open. Be open. Be flexible. Be prosperous. This is how you really can allow yourself to begin to become prosperous, when you leave yourself open to the experiences that you're choosing, and know that you always have a way to adjust. There's kind of showing me in this week that an expansion, that you get to, you may be moving forward in a way that you feel more expansion as you move forward, as if you feel less constricted or restricted in some way, and you start to feel the freedom to move in some new directions, or the directions maybe you're feeling a little stuck, and like you couldn't get past something, and now you're starting to feel like you're moving forward, like you're back on track somehow. Okay? They're showing me the angel number 56, and they're showing me a car that's coming towards me, and it's like the car is like, can you imagine having more seats going from side to side, and it's expanding. And when a car is coming towards me, it's usually a symbol of you moving towards your goal, feeling more momentum, or it's like those car dreams. It's like like in this sense, like you have um, more sense of a direction, and I kind of think of the chariot in an odd way too. So there is more clear direction. The angel number 56 reads, as you go through changes with your home life, career, and relationships, stay focused on your inner spirit's growth. Hmm. That feels very important there. Okay? Don't lose track of your inner spirit's growth as you go through these changes. Find the blessings within each change you're experiencing. Okay, so they want you to really pay attention to how you are expanding, how you're evolving. Pay attention to how much better you feel. So let's put this in like practical terms, or maybe something you can clearly understand and that's simple. But pay attention to how you're feeling just a little bit better. You know, you may not have it all figured out. You may not know where you're going. You may not you may not feel like you're seeing all the results, but you know you feel better. You know you feel more hopeful. That you feel like you're gathering, or the dots are starting to connect. Um, Maybe in your relationships, or you're seeing yourself in a more you're seeing yourself more clearly. You're understanding some of the patterns that have been sort of running throughout different relationships you've had. You're seeing the common denominator. You're seeing you. You're seeing what it was that you were after, and maybe that's something you're no longer uh, wanting for yourself. That you're wanting something deeper. That you're wanting possibly to have a maybe you're looking to be more to yourself than looking for others to be more to you. And maybe you've invested so much time in others being more to you, and they can't ever fulfill it. They continue to disappoint you, and you're realizing the reason they disappoint you is not because they are disappointing. That you realize that change is just a part of everybody's story, and you can't count on them in that way, because there's nothing in the universe that you can count on that way to stay that way. You know, stay that way when you first met, when you, let's say in this case, when you first fell in love, or it's a job, you know, that you everything was just going well, and then something happened. Of course something happened. Change happened. You evolved within through the experiences, lessons have accumulated, and now your eyes are open brand new to who you are and what you want out of what that is that you're in. And of course it shouldn't remain the same, and neither should you. And you should, pat yourself on the back for actually recognizing this shift, and then being honest, and expecting nothing from anyone or yourself about what this might mean. Don't jump to conclusions that it's over, whether it's time to move on from this job or move on from this relationship. It may be that you now move on in a different way. And that could be together. That could mean that you remain there, but just in a different capacity. That you allow each other to reevaluate, to readjust, or make those adjustments. But just don't throw your hands up. See what are the choices there that are available to you now. All right, let's take a look at the card for the theme of the week, which I always pull from the Archangel Oracle cards. Okay, so Archangel Jophiel, and this is totally appropriate. Patience. It says your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So right now, slow your roll, right? Slow down. Um, you know, I'm seeing the word stupid as if you are like as if to criticize yourself. You are first of all, especially after you just had a big expansion and you had a lot of realizations and clarity comes through. You got to realize that your ego is going to um, prepare, and come in with the practical thoughts and doubts and, sort of cross examinations and start to have you look at what you did and was this really the smart thing to do? You have to, it's too early for that voice. I mean, you probably wanted to entertain it at every stage, it wants to pop up. And what you have to do is be patient. It's because you're looking for too much evidence too soon. Instead of looking at what's happening in the present, instead of focusing on what you have gained, what have you learned, what are your new thoughts, what are the choices that you see before you now based on what has occurred up to this point. It's not time for you to be, doubting yourself. The fact that you still know that you are moving towards that goal doesn't mean that you should start saying whether or not you needed to be doing this or not. That's not the course of action that you need to be considering right now. What you really need to be doing is understanding what have you where have we arrived at this point? What are the adjustments we need to make? Do we need to expand on an idea? I'm seeing the word expensive. Maybe you may need to streamline your cost or your budget or something that you have something you've planned. Maybe it's a little too extravagant, and that could be financially, or it could be just be some ideas. So the thing is that this is a time for you to just readjust, not because you shouldn't be spending too much because you're not going to have enough, but maybe it's because you need to spend it in other ways. Maybe you need to re-examine what the budget and where things are going, because at this point now that your options, you have more options. Maybe it's time to reallocate um, your some funds towards this uh, particular opportunity that's coming, that's right in front of you right now, because maybe this is going to do um, more things for you. Okay, so it's don't lose heart, don't lose um, I don't want to say it. It's not don't lose your mind. I heard something else, but you get my point. Just don't go crazy and start panicking at this point. Patience, patience. And Archangel Jophiel is the beauty of God. So I feel like it has to do with clarifying. Um, you know, I feel like it has to do with there's an opportunity. It has to do with making something even better than what you thought was possible, and maybe there's an opportunity for you to do that now. So take a look at this, okay? Let me just tune in to see if I'm getting any other messages from the angels. It seems like they're holding up a very large, it folds. So it could be a map, it could be a blueprint for something. Um, it kind of reminds me. So if it has to do with a blueprint for something you're designing, or a map of you're somewhere where you're planning to go, maybe a trip you're planning, or um, you're looking at some new locations for a home or your business, whatever it is, take a look at those plans. Take a look at, wondering, have you getting a sense of talking it over with someone else? Maybe there is something that you didn't talk about, something you need to speak up about, that you've been holding back, and maybe they're kind of holding it up, and so I feel like you, um, and we're seeing the word expression. So don't be afraid to express yourself about something. If you're the architect or you're working with a team of people, or this is something in your family, um, voice your opinion. This is the time to do it now. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week and see what's unfolding here. Okay, so we have Archangel Michael and we have the Emperor here. So this is just sort of piggybacks on what we were just talking about. So as it says, organization and logic, structure, discipline, leadership. So if there is some type of, this is the time right now to pay attention to any revisions of plans. It feels like you need to take a leadership role and not sort of stand in the background. So maybe part of what needs to for these things to unfold and the adjustments is that you've been taking a back seat, and maybe you need to take more of a leadership role, express your ideas, share your dreams, your goals. Okay, getting a sense that it's a really important time to really state your objectives more clearly. Maybe you have up to this point, the thing that needs to be done is that you really need to really state your goals, or more concrete, speaking, or start to put it in more concrete terms what your plans are, your goals. If it's just been an idea, like if the Empress comes before, so if you've just been doing all these creative explorations and brainstorming, now start to take some of those things. Maybe that's why you're feeling a little impatient, because and a little restless, because you probably haven't put anything down concrete. That would kind of be me. I'm really good with ideas, but I fail sometimes in putting it down in concrete physical terms. I'm a water sign, so I don't usually get into that earth aspect of it as well, and it's grounded. So that's something that if maybe you needing to take the helm here, put things down in terms, and I'm also, something's going through my mouth. Legal terms is like it could be a contract, or that you need to go ahead and I feel like you need to put it down in terms. So if it's a plan, or maybe you've been hesitating in making a contract or something. I feel like it's something like this, where you need something more concrete. Either you need a document, or you need to do something that's says that you're in this, and that the other people are in this. Like you're afraid of having some kind of structure, because you want this flexibility, and you're afraid to give that up, but you're not giving that up. Now it's time for the ideas. It's time for them to be realized, and you need a team to do that, and some kind of commitment is the word I'm looking for. Okay, so once you start to make that commitment, things will start to solidify. You'll have more of the security that you're looking for. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. I don't know why I'm also feeling about this card that the same thing about a relationship. It could be if you're the guy and you're afraid, or the woman, you're afraid to commit to the relationship. That it would be time to do something that shows that you're in this relationship. Okay, all right. And then we have the Queen of Air, and we know she's the tough one of all the queens in terms of the no nonsense. She's very clever, very smart, and she can see right through you. She can see right through anything that's going on. So if you're gonna be real with anybody, it's her. Because if you're not, she'll sniff it out in a heartbeat, and you won't get anywhere with her at all. You won't be able to get past her at all. So if this is someone in a relationship, let's say, or in a contract, this is somebody that you've got, first of all, you've got to be structured, you've got to be organized, you've got to have it figured out, because she's not going to really um, sort of mull over the the ideas. You know, she's not gonna help you string it together. If you don't have it strung together for yourself, she's not gonna buy it. You know, she's not gonna be into somebody who's sort of loosey goosey. You know, sort of aloof or not really with it. You know, so if you're presenting a plan or something, this is the person that you really have to come and show them that you've done your work and that you have some clear ideas and be ready to communicate very clearly to them and with not a lot of words, you know. You grab them right at the beginning, okay? If this is, you know, a romantic relationship, then don't, you know, lose your play. If you're, you know, have this play that you sort of try to woo somebody, then put it aside, because this person is not attracted to that at all, and you will lose the interest of that person immediately. So be honest, you know, because this is not a person who's wanting or willing to waste time with somebody who is not ready to commit, who is not willing to say what they're in this for or what they're looking for. So, you know, make sure is the sense I get. I don't know why this is coming up, but it's just how I'm feeling it coming through. Let me just tune in and see if there's any additional information I'm getting about this card. I don't know. I'm seeing the letter H, and it looks like a window. So this is I feel like the H meant honest. You know, this is an opportunity for you to be honest with yourself. I'm also getting a sense that this is, they wrote soulful, so this could be a soulful um, relationship opportunity, or partnership, if it's sort of a business or otherwise type of relationship. So the thing for you to do is to really be open and be honest. Okay, and that's what they're saying. First, be upfront. They're writing first. So the word that's coming to me about that word first is to be upfront, open and honest right from the start. Okay, if you can't do that, go home. Okay, that's the sense I'm getting. You can't do that, go home. All right. So I don't know if I feel like somebody's, if somebody's set you up with somebody else, like a blind date or something like this. You know, be honest. Or if it's like somebody set you up with a meeting with somebody. You know, I don't know, just for the sake of argument, like a financial backer or something like this. Um, just be open and honest, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the card for the end of the week, balance. All right, so I don't know, I just sort of feeling this in the same vein. This is about, you know, adjustments. So, you know, this card is a card of alchemy, and it talks about compromises and cooperation. I'm feeling like what you need to learn is that adjustments are a tool of alchemy. Okay, it's like you are, um, you know, say you something came out one way and it's not producing the result, so you have to make adjustments, look at your calculations. So in the same way that in this week I really feel like that part of your work is to look for those adjustments, whether they're personal within yourself that you're needing to make in order that you really come across as clear and honest, authentic, you know, and you know, it's about getting honest with yourself so that you can make those tough decisions. because the Queen of Air can make those really tough decisions because she she doesn't let things get out of control. She doesn't let emotions take over, and she's a nurturer as well, and so she doesn't let her mind completely um, run everything, but she keeps a balance, and that's what you need to do here. Um, so let me just tune in to see what additional information I'm getting about this card. So they're just sort of showing me that it's almost like I feel like I'm seeing like this Amazon woman. So don't be afraid of, it's about courage. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. All right, this is going to be where your real power comes from. Um, you'll make you'll open your heart. It'll really allow you to make the connections, or it'll improve your network. Because the thing is, I feel like feedback. When you show people who you really are, this is what will really network for you. This will have. I feel like you're gonna have more contacts or references grow out of this, where people are gonna be really impressed and really kind of link you up with other opportunities and other people who would really be useful and be very helpful to you. So don't think of your being, sort of open and honest and vulnerable as a weakness here. Here it's going to be, well, it's always a strength, and you're going to learn that, okay? All right, let's take a look at the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck. And look at this, the Nine of Water. So this is the wish card. All right, and so don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your hopes and your wishes. Um, this is a card that's underscoring the entire reading, and so what it tells me is that you're on the right path, that you're moving towards the fulfillment of your dreams. And right now, you're in the best part of it, where you get to see your choices, see the choices you've made, see the adjustments, and all this with under the guidance of your heart. And this is helping you to kind of lay better plans, to make uh, new commitments, or to recommit yourself even more. So don't be afraid to make the adjustments, and make plans, and to be prepared to whatever you do to really express yourself authentically, and clearly, and this is a time to get rid of all the excess things that don't really serve you any longer. Okay? All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And thank you all for joining us here this week for this angel reading. If you would like an angel reading and you haven't had a reading with me, or you had a reading with me, you would like to connect with me again, you can go to the website, theangelschool.com, on the services page, which you can find in the description link below this video. Thank you for joining us here each week, and for liking the video. And if you haven't subscribed, do that, and so you can be aware of the other videos that'll be coming up. I have some videos where I'm going to be sharing some of the angel cards that I work with, some tarot cards that I've recently purchased, so I'll be and sharing some different videos with you coming up pretty soon. So if you haven't subscribed, do so. If you haven't been to my Angel School channel, I'm sorry, not Angel School channel, but the Facebook page, where I do the daily card messages Monday through Friday, go to that link below. You can get there from Twitter. And you can also go directly to that Facebook page. which you will find in the description box below. So have a good week, everyone, and be patient with yourself. Don't give up. God bless you all.